Hey there!
Hoy hoy!
Welcome to Aren't We Special. I'm Lee Service.
And I'm Aaron Hill.
Every week on Aren't We Special, we take turns choosing a stand-up special. We watch it, and then we talk about it.
Yeah, but it's not a review. We're not
Nope.
critics. We're comics. Talking about stand-up comedy.
Stand-up comedy, my favorite art form.
Not mine, but we're still here.
Close second.
Close second.
All right. Enjoy the show.
I enjoy interpretive dance.
And then we get into it. How you been, man?
Great. Yeah. Fun week. Just, working for a living.
Lots of snow this week.
So much snow. I'm sick of winter. And I'm a winter guy. I like winter, but it's been 2 weeks into the year and I'm like, let's get this shit out of here. This is ridiculous.
It's been a crazy week for snow and cold.
What day was it? Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
I scraped my car off 7 times.
Yeah.
7 times.
Because you were at work and you were having to move around?
I have a split shift, so I go to work, scrape it off, go from work to the gym, scrape it off.
Okay.
Go from the gym to home, scrape it off. Go from home back to work, scrape it off. Go from work. Am I at work or at home now? Go from work to a show, scrape it off. Go from the show home, scrape it off.
Yeah.
7 times.
Yeah, I was complaining about the same thing on Thursday because I'm working on a construction site, but I got to move around from place to place.
Yeah.
So same deal. I go into a house. It's residential construction. I go into a house. I'm there for 20 minutes. There's already half a foot of snow on the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to brush it off every time.
Yeah.
Insane. So you hit some mics.
Yeah, I got a couple mics. What'd I do? My memory's so bad. We're on the weekend. I don't remember what I did at the beginning of the week. But I had...
Did you do Poor Boy on Thursday?
Well, seriously, I was booked at Poor Boy, which is in Ottawa. I live in Brockville. It's about an hour drive when the weather's good.
Yeah.
But Thursday, we had this massive snowstorm.
Yeah.
This was the day I scraped my car seven times.
So you didn't make it?
Well, what happened was I was leaning towards canceling, but I was going to give it time. I was going to make the call in the afternoon, about 3 o'clock when I went to work, and then message Dylan, who was running the show at Poor Boy. But in the meantime, Chad Noonan, who's a comic in Brockville, was running a show that night. All his Ottawa people dropped out, so he needed someone. He reached out to me. He's like, "Can you do my Brockville show?"
In Brockville?
Yeah. So I was like,
"Oh shit!
Well, that's perfect because now I don't have to drive an hour in this snowstorm, and I still get to perform." Mm-hmm. So I messaged Dylan and I say, "Hey man, sorry, snow's crazy. I'm not gonna make it." And he says. Yeah, no, I know, man. I've got a show in Brockville myself tonight, and I'm kind of iffy about it. It's a little dicey out there.
Dylan does.
Yeah, so I'm like...
I thought he was running the show at Poor Boy.
Well, I'm like, funny you should say that, because I happen to be on that Brockville show, so maybe I'll see you there. And we did, and it was a really good show.
So what happened to Poor Boy?
It went on. The show went on.
Somebody ran it?
Well,
Okay.
Jeff probably.
Oh, okay.
They co-produced.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's cool. So where was that? Where in Brockville was?
The Keystorm Pub.
Okay.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
It felt like a comedy. I've done that show a couple times. Sometimes you get some bar chatter and whatnot.
Yeah.
This time it really felt like everyone was dialed into the show, and they seemed like a hip crowd. It wasn't just random people.
Yeah.
Good mix of people, old, young.
Sweet.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good show.
Awesome. I saw Poor Boy is starting to do Saturday night shows, like once a month.
That's really cool. That's such a good venue.
Really cool. I know, they are definitely them and Swizzles for not being a comedy club like a Yuck Yucks or an Absolute in Ottawa. They're like the closest thing too, and maybe even cooler than. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they got a vibe for sure. Their rooms are nice and intimate, small, low ceilings, and just cool art on the wall.
Well set up, they get the assignment.
Yeah, I've seen a couple headliners that came up from Toronto in that Poor Boy.
Yeah.
And those are some of my favorite shows of all time.
I just wish it was a bit bigger, like that.
No, but I like the intimacy of it. That's the thing, because when you got a real, these killers from Toronto and they went off, man, that room just imploded.
Like how many people can you get in there?
Maybe 40.
Yeah.
If you pack it
40
out,
would be.
45 maybe. 50.
But that's what's nice about small rooms too. You get 40 people in there, it looks like 200.
And you don't need any more because it
Yeah.
feels huge
Yeah,
in
yeah.
there. You just can't help but
Yeah.
everything just bounces
And
around
then,
you.
yeah, those big laughs
Yeah, no, it's incredible.
be popping.
Yep.
Big
Yeah.
laughs be popping. I think that should
our
be the name of
tagline.
the podcast.
Big class be popping. Pop, pop.
Well, I didn't go to any mics this week. I was going to go because I'm I'm pretty new, right? I'm about a year and a half in, and I'm still in the spot where I'm not getting a ton of spots, and it's my own fault. I understand why. It's because I'm not going and signing up for the lottos and doing the schmoozing because I'm out of town too.
Yeah.
I'm almost an hour into Ottawa, and I'm not complaining. I'm just talking about. I'm not just saying what it is. So for me, and I have a kid and a wife and stuff like that. I'm in my 40s. It'd be different if I was in my early 20s or something like that.
Yeah, we're not exactly grinders at our age.
No, exactly.
I'm not sleeping on any couches.
No, I'm not sleeping on couches. And even if I can drive to the city and the weather's good and I can go sign up for a lotto, and even if I don't get up, I can hang out, take in a show, meet some people, shake some hands or whatever, and then hopefully get a spot the next time. But so often I'm just for me to do all that to probably or maybe even not get the spot.
I've never been able to drive for a lotto.
just drive, that's why I started my own show in Kempville, which I'm not doing at the moment, but it was one night probably about a year ago that I went to Poor Boy and I'm like, I'm going to get that juicy lotto because I had some new stuff that I was really excited about, right? And you're like, I want to try it. Yeah. And then I drove there, got there early, hung out the whole night. I was the only name in the thing. And then right before they pulled the one lotto for the night, another guy showed up, put his name in, and it landed on top of mine, and they pulled his name.
Fuckers.
And then I went, and it was fine, but it was just fuck, I drove from my house to Ottawa, hung out there, whatever. Yeah. It is what it is, right? That's the name of the game.
Well, as long as you're meeting people, that's
for sure. And then, right? And then I did get booked because, they see that you're out there and you're trying and you're making an effort. And I think one thing that I wish more, I'm going to start doing more, and would be cool, I think, if everyone did, is that if you're at a show, if you're signing up for the lotto, even if you're not performing, even if you're on the bill for that night, if you join the crowd, become a part of the audience.
Yeah, sure.
I know there's a bit of a thing where there's a separation between you're the artist and they're the, but especially when it's a smaller crowd, I really think it could add to the whole.
It does,
night, right?
Sometimes it's best to not be in the front row because then it kind of it's weird for the performer. But no, I think.
Well, yeah, and you don't want to get crowd worked as a comic who's going up. Later that night or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, keep plugging. They'll get it.
Oh yeah.
You're funny. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Speaking of funny story. So Thursday, we got all that snow. Well, I'll cut to the punchline first. I peed the bed on Thursday night.
Yeah. 40-year-olds pee in the bed.
Yeah, peed the bed. Not a full pee, but enough.
Wow.
Yeah.
Enough.
Yeah. Have you ever peed the bed as an adult?
No.
It happens to me every few years. It's not a regular thing, but every once in a while I get real tired and I go into a deep sleep.
Yeah.
And then I have a dream where I'm peeing.
I get up to pee 6 times a night. I kind of wish I would just pee the bed sometimes.
Yeah.
So much easier.
Just diaper up.
Keep sleeping.
That'd be nice, eh? So yeah, Thursday was a long day. Like I was telling you earlier, I'm in construction. I'm a carpenter, but we have a really small crew, so things like snow removal fall onto my plate. Yeah. So Thursday all day, I'm doing that kind of stuff. I get home, I can't even get into my driveway. I got to blow snow for 2 hours, and then I'm playing with my daughter outside, whatever. I don't get in till like 7 o'clock. I eat dinner, like my eyes are closing at the dinner table.
Yeah.
I go to bed early. I go into a deep sleep. I remember the dream. It's always the dream. I was it was in a house at work.
Yeah.
I was in the basement, like an unfinished basement.
Yeah.
And I was just letting one rip on the basement floor. Just peeing in this unfinished
Yeah.
basement floor.
Yeah.
And then I was laying on my back and I felt it roll off because it was up, high and tight. And then I felt it starting to roll off the side. And that's when I went, oh shit.
Nice.
Jumped out of bed and my wife goes, what's wrong? I'm like, nothing. I go to the bathroom. She goes, did you pee the bed? I'm like, no. She feels a bit made it onto the bed.
So you kind of peed the bed, but mostly you peed your abdomen.
Mostly peed my abdomen. Yeah.
Okay. Is this like a residual thing from childhood? Were you a bedwetter?
I don't think so. No,
I don't remember that. Do you not know?
I'd have to ask my parents, but I don't remember that being like probably as a toddler, like.
Well, sure, yeah.
But no, not into like later childhood. Definitely not. I would remember that.
That's interesting.
But as an adult, yeah. If
wow.
I think I don't sleep really well a lot of the time. So when I do, like, are you a good sleeper?
Well, not on this work schedule I'm on, but generally, yeah.
But generally, like, you can shut her down. I have a hard time shutting down the carnival.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so I feel like it gets to a point where eventually my body's like,
it forces you.
You need that sleep. And then I go into it, and then I have the pee dream, and then it's...
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow. Emergency shut off.
Yeah.
But they don't shut off the valves.
No, that'd be nice.
Wow.
If you could just shut that down.
I mean, okay, this is the closest I've come.
To peeing the bed?
Yeah. Well, a bed. I was in somewhere, Barry's Bay, maybe, I think, doing a show with my brother. We had a motel room, and the beds were like, same room, kind of side by side. And I was on the far side, and I woke up in the middle of the night, facing his bed, standing at the edge of it, pants unbuttoned, ready to go. And he's
like on his bed,
on him and his bed, and he says, "What are you doing?" And I kind of woke up, and I was like, and I realized what was happening.
Your dick was out.
I believe it was.
Yeah.
But it was dark.
Yeah.
And then I explained it to him, half asleep, also knowing how funny it was to me that I almost peed on my brother.
Yeah.
So I kind of just laughed and muttered a bunch of shit, and then went to the bathroom. So crisis averted. He was freaking out. He was like, what the fuck are you doing? But what happened was, when I sleep at home, I pee, again, 6 times a night. I have a tiny bladder. And my bathroom is, relative to my bed at home, is basically where his
So you just
bed
took the
was.
same path.
I'm just on autopilot, and I was literally ready to pee, still basically asleep.
You're like a blind guy who forgot where he was.
Yes, guy. So
3 steps this way, 4 steps that way.
Unzip.
Yeah, pee on my brother.
There we go.
Pee on my brother, also a good name for a podcast.
Not bad. So that's the closest I've come.
Yeah. Were you drinking?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that before. Back when I was a touring musician, my old drummer would do that once in a while. One time I watched him get out of a bed and then walk to... This guy had like a towel bar in his room because it was like, a bunch of dudes in an apartment. Yeah. And just like walked up to there was a towel hanging on the towel bar. Just walked up to the towel as if it was a urinal and just hung one on the towel.
Yeah.
I was just watched in amazement.
Did he wake up at any point?
the guy whose towel and room it was like, what the fuck? I was just gonna let it happen because it was funny.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Fun stuff.
No, thank God I'm not a bad. I mean, I can't believe the shame and embarrassment that would cause. But
sounds like you're taking in a lot of fluids 6 times a night.
I just well, I try to stay hydrated and
coffee, lots of coffee.
Well, not at night. No. In the morning, yeah. But I don't know. I've always had a small bladder, and now, of course, I can't sleep for more than fucking 3 hours at any time anyway. So I'm naturally just up all the time, right?
Well, now since that happened on Thursday, now I find I'm waking up more during the night, and I'm going like to it because now I'm afraid to wet the. Yeah, I'm going. Oh shit! Do I gotta pee?
Yeah, cold, wet feet.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I think we covered that. Should we get into...
Let's do it.
Let's get into the special. This week we did Jordan Jensen. The special is called...
Take Me With You.
Take Me With You. What'd you think of her?
Amazing.
Yeah, you liked it?
Loved it.
Okay, good. I was scared that we were going to fall into a trap of every special that I choose, you were going to hate, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, she's funny, right?
Crazy.
She's so entertaining.
Like, it's the best special I've seen in...
Oh, really?
Probably a couple of years, yeah.
Cool.
I'd say.
Yeah.
I really like what she's doing.
Cool, yeah. She's not, like, I wouldn't, like, her joke writing is, like, so different. You know what I mean? Like, they're not the classic, it's not classic joke writing. She's just funny. Like, she's the type of person where you could just probably watch her talk about anything. She's so much expression in her face. You know, like she has all these little expressions and stuff. And it's wild.
I really loved all the different voices she would do. She was really good at different voices. And, you know, a lot of guys or comedians have their standard man voice, their standard women voice.
Right.
And more or less, that's the end of it.
Yeah.
She had different women's voices.
Oh, yeah.
Throughout, because the first time she did, I'm like, that was really good. That's awesome. And then later on, she brings out another woman. I'm like, oh my God, this girl is like a savant.
Yeah, she's nuts.
It's awesome.
Super entertaining. I've found, like, have you seen Steph Tolev?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder, but Steph Tolev's Canadian though, isn't she? Yeah. But I think she, and did she do a lot of working out in New York though, I wonder?
Who's that?
It's Tolev, yeah.
I don't really know. Yeah, I mean, I think she's bi-coastal for a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, the point I'm trying to get to is, like, I did see some similarities between her and Steph Tolev.
Well, it's a fast, aggressive style, right?
But even, like, with the voices, like, they do this, that, like, kind of, like, low, almost, like, gremlin voice that she did was I found at times almost identical to the one that, and I'm not saying one's trying to bite the other.
Yeah.
I'm just saying there's, like, a style thing going on here, and I wonder if it's, like, a New York thing or what.
I mean, yeah, maybe. It could be just they have more testosterone than a lot of ladies as well.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, they are. I think you need a little bit of testosterone to do stand-up to just withstand the brutality of it sometimes. And so who knows? I don't know. Like, I think you'd probably have to talk to them off stage to really get a sense of like who
they really are.
Yeah. But I hear what you're saying. Like, well, I mean, Jordan talks pretty openly about like how everybody just feels like she's a lesbian. But
what does she say? Because they're like, either be gay or be more feminine.
That's what the networks told her.
And she's like, yeah, I wish that too.
I wish that too, right? Yeah, I think that's just presumably just who she is. But it makes her really unique, right? Like, that's a really unique kind of voice.
For sure. By the way, spoiler alert, we're going to probably be saying, like, you should go watch it. If you haven't seen it, Jordan Jensen, Take Me With You.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, watch it and then come back to this if you want.
It's worth your time. It's good special.
Yeah. I thought it was really cool how they opened the special with the take me with you joke.
Yeah. Yep.
But it obviously wasn't. They cut it out and then put it at the beginning and then had her walk out and do it. I thought that was pretty cool.
Definitely gets your attention. Definitely.
And it's the name of the. It's like branding, right? It's like, here's the special. It's called "Take Me With You." Here's that joke.
No, everything I like stylistically, I really enjoyed it. Like the credits, all the title screens, it was really well done.
Yeah, it looked good.
That nice little opening, like you say, it just grabs your attention right away. And the set was really cool, I thought. Like it had those curtains, the red curtains that were kind of draped like all over the floor as well.
It was like there was like a mic cable hung. It was like kind of messy.
Very messy, yeah.
Because that's to me that was the theme, right? Was the theme of that special was like, I'm a train wreck, my life is a mess.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Because like that's the whole idea. Like, take me with you was like, I get when a guy breaks up with me because he's like, this is crazy, I gotta get out of here. And she's like, yeah, I get it, take me with you. Right?
Yeah.
Brilliant joke. So yeah.
The set reminded me of a bloody vagina.
Oh.
But a pretty bloody vagina.
Right.
She made it pretty.
Yeah.
That's what was,
That's important.
and to me, that's the metaphor, is like and a lot of her, she was talking about a lot of, gratuitous subject matter.
Yeah.
But she made it pretty and elegant and, like.
I was never grossed out.
No, me neither.
Which is wild because it
was really just one gratuitous topic to the next throughout.
Yeah.
And you're right. I think you can just watch it forever.
Yeah. Yeah, like even like she's talking about, like to me, one of the funniest bits throughout that special is her like wanting to sleep with her dad, which is like a pretty wild concept. But like, she does it in a way where it's not cringy, because it's a joke, right? That's the thing. Like when, there's a Freudian truth to it, I think.
Yeah. So I think this gets to the heart of why I love Jordan Jensen, which is that she's paving new ground. We haven't heard anyone on stage, at least I haven't, talk about wanting to have sex with their dad. Occasionally you'll get some like cheesy one-liner comic who throws about, about banging their mom or something. But to talk in depth and like earnestly about wanting to sleep with your dad on stage, I think she's paving new ground. And there's a lot that goes into that. And there's a lot of things that I have a lot of thoughts on that, right? Like, to me, that's kind of what I think comedy's purpose is, right? Like we should be paving new ground. We
do something that hasn't been done before.
Do something that hasn't been done.
I don't know if she was being earnest about it, because I never got the impression that she actually wanted to sleep with her dad.
I think she does.
You think she does?
I really do. But I don't think that's bad, because I think...
That's the clip right there.
But I think that it speaks to that Freudian psychological foundation of like... I mean, it's... Okay, so in the wider culture now, we don't hear a lot of people openly talk about wanting to sleep with one of their parents, but in the culture of like self-help and psychology, the idea that someone will want to grow up and quote unquote marry one of their parents is very common. You hear that a lot.
Well, because that's the I don't have the word for it because I'm not a smart man, but that's the whole thing, is like people are attracted to a part, like you're likely to choose a partner that reminds you of your mother or whatever.
You like
know
what
I
you
mean?
know.
Because that's, history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes or whatever. Yeah.
Right.
Even if it's bad, right? Like even if you say you had an abusive mother, you may end up with an abusive wife because that's what you know and that's what you're attracted to.
What I'm saying is, like, as a culture...
It doesn't really mean I want to get with my mom.
No, but we've accepted that there is some psychological truth to the idea that we're conditioned in a way in childhood, and we just seek comfort, I think, and we seek what we know.
That's what it is.
It's safe, we understand it, and that's what we want, I think, in a way. A lot of people do. So I don't think it's that much of a leap from that experience to go to someone who just really openly says, yeah, like I was attracted to my parent. I've heard in conversation, I had one girl tell me that she was in love with her dad. And she was from a different culture, and maybe it was more open in that culture. I don't know. No one really, it wasn't like a moment where she did that and then everybody opened up and reciprocated and told her. Yeah. It was just like everyone just kind of looked at her.
Right.
But I, because I'm familiar with like self-help concepts and stuff, like I definitely heard these kinds of concepts before. So it wasn't that, and I kind of admired her honesty about it. Mm-hmm. And this is the thing I want to say is that, like, I think ultimately we're gonna see more people talk along these kind of lines and be more open about it. And Jordan is paving the way, and I think it's incredibly brave. And I think that, I hope she gets the recognition for it that she deserves, because sometimes when comics break new ground, then other people...
It's the opposite.
Well, they go through that door. Now it becomes common for people to talk, and we forget and we take for granted that it was one person in the beginning.
Who paved the way.
Like, we couldn't have sworn on TV till Carlin did the 7-word whatever. Right? Like, you got to have those people who take the hit for everybody first. True enough. I think that's what Jordan's doing here.
Well, she did a really good job of it, because she made, I don't know, I didn't count how many jokes she had about it, but I thought it was brilliant how she made a few jokes about it, and then she went, because obviously there's some people who are going to tighten up when you're talking about sleeping with their dad.
Yeah.
But then she goes, I only have one more joke about that.
Yeah.
And I think she said she addressed that a couple times, and then she finally told the story about when she's buys her first house or whatever, and she was getting emotional, and the joke was about like not being able to sleep with her dad in her new house or something like that. And like it was so what you knew it was coming.
Yeah.
I love that when comics do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Where they like, you almost know, they set it up well. You know it's coming, but it's still funny when it happens.
And also, like, you kind of forget about it. Like, sometimes a comic will like leave a little open door there, a little dangling piece of fruit. And then you're just aware of it the whole time, and the whole time you're just thinking, like, when the hell are they going to get back to it? But she was so good at just getting you caught up in what she was doing at the moment that when she came around to bring that back around to that joke, it got me again, because I had forgotten that she had set that up.
Yeah.
Because she's just so compelling at what she's doing at any given moment.
Yeah. Well, and when you're up front, it's like you're almost telling the audience that there's going to be a callback to that coming later, which is the opposite of why a callback works.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it still does. And like oftentimes, like I find that you can tell when a callback is coming, because they'll go into something that doesn't get a big laugh, and it doesn't really make a lot of sense in context.
I hear you.
And then they'll move on to the next thing, and then you go, well, like, oh, they're definitely going to be coming back to that. And it almost makes it kind of cheap. So I thought the way she did it was brilliant.
100%. It was kind of like the Penn and Teller model of magic, where they tell you how they're going to do the trick, and then they do the trick, and you're still blown away.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that takes way more skill than like the element of surprise. Right?
Yeah.
Or, I guess it is the element of surprise, but like shrouded in mystery. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very cool.
Yeah. I thought her probably one of the most visual and most memorable moments was when she was talking about getting waxed.
Yeah.
Getting her vagina waxed, her vagina hair waxed.
Yeah.
And she has the napkin. And she folds it in a triangle. She's like, this is what I thought I was going to get. And then she starts folding it up.
Good use of a prop.
Yeah.
Right?
Because a bar napkin is standard.
And just perfectly visual, right? You just get that visual image that just makes it perfect, right? I love when she said, she talks about how, like, she's tired of thinking that sex would make her like herself at one point. And again, like, I think that's a concept I really haven't heard before. I think she's pushing into new territory here.
I didn't give that a lot of thought, but it did ring a little bell where I was like, oh, that's why people are promiscuous.
Perhaps,
it's pretty obvious, obviously.
Yeah.
It's like you want, it's, you're looking for outside validation, your love in small doses or whatever.
She's just like, I don't know. I really think she's, we hear so many, again, comics try to sound like comics or try to talk about things that they think makes them sound that way or that they think the audience wants to hear. I didn't get that impression at all with her. I think she's like really original, and that maybe isn't as valued as it should be anymore. Part of it too is this comedy's become so saturated, right? And like, it kind of feels like a lot of paths have already been walked pretty heavily, and to find your own niche is very tough now.
Yeah.
And I thought she just did it so almost, it looked effortless. Like she's just, this is who I am, which again, everyone tries to go for. And I think
that's the goal.
A lot of folks don't get there. And she's, I was really I was kind of moved.
I will say though, like, even I agree with what you're saying, but at the same time, you don't leave with like a huge impression of, like, you don't really learn a lot about her. You do and you don't. Like, you get the idea that, like, you know, she's got some maybe mental problems. She talks about her therapist and but like, she doesn't go into a whole lot of, like, you don't really get an idea of what her day-to-day life is.
I kind of like that though, right? Like, because it was refreshing to hear someone who clearly has dealt with mental health issues in her life and really not get into it.
Yeah,
right? Like, not feel like, oh, that's what makes me special and important.
Yeah.
And unique. It's like, no, everybody has struggles. She just took the best, juiciest parts of it and turned it into comedy, which I think, again, it's that line between like wanting to sound like a comic and actually being funny about something, right? How many times have you heard like, you know, someone on stage, so my therapist says this and that, like, it's not interesting.
Right.
Make it funny.
Yeah.
And I think people think that makes them interesting, but I don't think it does.
Or like, you're gonna get a laugh just for having a therapist and making reference to it.
How brave. You know?
Yeah.
But I really do think, like, Jordan that's brave, man. Pushing new grounds, right? Paving the way.
Yeah.
So I hope she gets the props that she deserves. Yeah. And she is interesting, and you are left with questions about, like, who is this lady? Because it's like...
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Maybe I phrased that wrong. Like, maybe I just want to know more about her because I found her so interesting.
But I think
that's the point, right?
That's the point.
Like, the people are so, in this era of social media and everything, I feel like we get too much of people.
The weird thing is, like, she was talking about her vagina and, you know, her sex life and everything else. Yet I never really felt like she overshared in a weird way. Do you know what I mean? Like, she straddled that line so well, right? Because again, you can have a comic who talks about their therapist, and like within 2 minutes, I'm like, I don't want to know any of this. This is your business. Like, but Jordan was so raw and so. You know, it was just chaos.
Just funny.
And yet, I'm still like, I never felt like any boundaries were crossed. I don't feel like I'm all up in your personal, you know, and like, wow, like what a magic trick to pull off. That's crazy. Yeah.
Well, she's just a cool girl. Like, I watched that. I saw it when it first came out. I don't remember how long ago it was. But I watched it. I loved it, and then I listened to some podcasts with her.
Yeah.
And like, she's just as cool in the podcast, you know. She can just tell that she's a cool chick.
But it's weird though, because like, she says dude and bro a lot.
Yeah.
And in a weird way, I'm like, do we just think she's cool because she's like almost like a guy? Because she says dude and bro, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think so. I think she's unique. She's just occupying her
think she's
own
entertaining.
lane.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I think having, again, that more masculine bent puts her in kind of her own lane a little bit, where she can draw a little bit from this, draw a little bit from that, and like, it's just a unique experience, one that we're not that bombarded with in our culture yet. I'm sure it will probably come after the success of comics like Jordan Jensen and Steph Taleb, you know. But right now, it's fresh and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I mean, like, I think every female comic has probably at least 10 minutes about their vagina.
Sure.
That's, that's not like something original per se, but I mean, I was kind of thinking about that actually, because it's almost considered hacky for guys to do dick jokes these days, which it's low hanging fruit, no pun intended.
Well, mine's pretty low hanging.
Well, there you go. It's like yeah. Anyways, but yeah, they talk about their vaginas, and I think it's funny. I've noticed a lot of like maybe the generation before us, older dudes. Like I work with some old boys.
Yeah.
And I think I've even talked to my dad about it before. And they're like, they're just repulsed about it's like this kind of old-fashioned thing. Like a lady should not be talking about her vagina.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just like not something you do. And like, mind you, they probably wouldn't love to listen to a guy talk about his dick either, right? It's just like, I think, people were just a bit more traditional and reserved.
Sure.
Not that long ago, right?
Yeah, oh, for sure.
So there is a bit of a generational thing there where...
For sure, and I think that speaks to, again, her pushing the new ground. Yeah. I think the culture is going to have to catch up to these folks.
Yeah.
But they're on the front lines, and you know, my thing is, sometimes though, you ever do this? You ever like watch a comic that, or watch a comic at the time who is very boundary pushing, and you're like, this is awesome, and then go back like 5, 10, 12 years later and rewatch it, and it doesn't hold up, and you're like, what just happened? It's like a trick. You're like, this was such a brilliant thing. But I think it's because you forget, because they open the door, everyone comes through the door, it becomes part of the culture. You forget there was one person at the beginning.
Sure.
And it was them. And then you think, oh, this is just a hack. This has been done. But the only reason it got done was because they went through the door first.
Yeah.
You know?
And also, were they just hitting on topics that were kind of taboo for that time?
That too.
Because it's always changing, right? Like, there's like all of a sudden there's new words that you can't say. Oh, you can't say that anymore. You're supposed to use this word. So like, you know, it's always changing. So if you're the trailblazer for that time, it's going to seem like a big deal because it's like, whoa, he said this word or whatever.
I've had it with a couple of comics, like Mike Birbiglia for one, where I think, like I watched one of the specials, My Girlfriend's Boyfriend, I believe. Pretty near to when it came out, and I was like, oh, this is like different. I haven't really heard a lot of guys. It's kind of that like, I don't know. I don't want to sound whatever, but like more effeminate dude who's like, you know, women are kind of like my North Star morally. And like I'm kind of a beta guy, and I'm making that cool. I'm embracing it. And I was like, wow, this is, you know, like I haven't heard this. This is really cool. And I remember watching it 10 years later or something, go back and I'm like, this is hack. Everybody says this. This has become the standard of what comedy is.
Yeah.
But I forgot, I was like, well, if he didn't do that, it wouldn't have become the standard probably. Right? So yeah, it's weird. It's weird how comedy can be so groundbreaking and then such a relative short time later just be considered like, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it gets normal really quick.
Which is why I think it's important to talk about the trailblazers.
Yeah.
And give them their props because we could forget about this in a very short period of time.
For sure.
You know?
For sure. Like, well, and then also it goes the other way too. Like things that don't seem risky or whatever. And then all of a sudden they are. Like I put on The Nutty Professor. Okay. I was watching it with my daughter, and it's like, that was like a family meal. Like that came out when I was pretty young. Yeah. Almost like a family movie. I think it might be PG-13 or something. Yeah. So many N-words in that movie. Like it's N-word after N-word, and it's like, but then I remembered. Like I almost forgot growing up. we watched tons of black people on TV. My favorite shows were, Cosby Show, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Family Matters. Right. They weren't doing that on those shows, but as I got older and into movies and stuff like that,
Did
Eddie
I do
Murphy,
that N-word?
yeah, Eddie Murphy, Dave Chappelle, like if they're talking to it wasn't white people saying it,
dude. Even like we went into,
but you don't see that anymore.
We went into a pawn shop in Sudbury this summer, and we found an old. Who was it? Was it Pryor? Sorry, I'm conflating two stories, but there's an old Pryor record, and it's super N-word. That's the title
Nice.
of the, even
Good podcast name.
Yeah, and then Ludacris had what the hell was Ludacris's album called? It was I forget, but it was some play on the N-word.
Yeah.
It's just funny and
NWA.
Yeah. And then I was in. Oh yeah. So speaking of movies, I was watching Mighty Ducks. I think we were watching it with a kid, and there's a point near the end of the movie. They had the one black kid on the team.
Goldberg?
I forget.
Okay.
Yeah, Goldberg was the goalie, I think.
Yeah.
But it was black guy center ice, two white guys on the wings, and they're like, "Yeah, this is the reverse Oreo cookie."
Yeah. That's funny. I remember that. But that when I was a kid, that didn't even register.
It didn't even register.
It was like, that's funny.
Watching old movies for these gems is one of my favorite things to do.
Oh, yeah.
There is a scene in Teen Wolf. Have you seen Teen Wolf recently? So Michael J. Fox is in his garage, and he's trying to tell his friend that he's a werewolf, and it's like this big moment for him. And he's like, "Man, I'm telling you, I got this problem, and you really got to list whatever." And so he's like, "What are you? A faggot?"
Yeah.
It's like, "I'm not a faggot, I'm a werewolf."
Yeah.
And just to see that now, I'm like,
wild.
Oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah.
So we'll have to learn how to beep the audio for that portion.
Yeah, but that's the new F word.
It certainly is.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's what my friends and I used to call each other affectionately. You know what I mean? In the 90s.
How affectionately?
Well, we'll talk off the pod. But
I don't know if it's making a comeback though, because you said there's a comic on stage who got called that word.
Yeah. No, I think that was a heckler who was trying to...
Just insane.
He was just, typical heckler, wanted to be the center of attention.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Fair.
But Jordan Jensen, her physicality was good. I think one of the parts I found the funniest was when she's talking about taking off her underwear at the doctor's.
Yeah. No, it was in a change room
Wasn't it a doctor? And she goes,
"Oh, sorry, yeah."
The doctor asked her to take her pants and underwear off or whatever, and she's like, "Are you going to leave the room?" And they just stayed there. And she talked about not knowing what's on your as a woman. You don't know what's on your underwear.
Yeah,
you never know. She's talking about discharge.
I know.
And then she talks about how she pinches it and does this physical thing where she's pulling her underwear down from the middle.
I know.
And hilarious.
Again, I mean, not that that's completely original, but to be so open about that and to make that one of your first, I believe that was one of the first bits.
It was early.
In this, that's setting the tone.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Mm-hmm. Fearless.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. Yeah, you can just tell the amount of work that some people put into their...
It just made me want to go right.
Oh, man. For me, it's I think I've told you this before. I wish I knew... I've always known about stand-up comedy, but I wish I knew how much I would enjoy it 20 years earlier in my life.
Sure.
Because, I mean, the amount of stage time you could have had if you would have started in your 20s or whatever. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. I started pretty late too, 30, I think I was. yeah, what can you do? I don't know. Just go forward, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But no, you're right. Where I grew up in Sault Ste. Marie, there was no comedy clubs. It didn't even register as that was a thing you could do.
No, yeah.
You know, until I.
Well, and I just wasn't into it either. Like I was playing music, and
really?
I was touring with a band. Like I knew, like I did have a friend in Sudbury who was doing it, but it just I wasn't.
Was doing comedy?
Yeah.
How?
Stand up, just like producing his own shows and doing it at pubs and stuff like that. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, but to me at the time, I didn't really get into it until I'm gonna say like 2019 is when I really got interested in stand up because and it was podcasts.
Okay. Yeah.
I started listening to podcasts around that time. It was Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend, I think was the first one. Mm-hmm. And then, and I think that was in with also Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee.
Uh-huh.
And it was the first time that I had heard guys like Conan and Jerry Seinfeld, who are obviously goats, talking about like getting a behind the curtains look into like why certain jokes work and like why certain things are funny. Not that you can always explain it, you can't. That's what's beautiful about it. But I found it so interesting, and I was just hooked. And since then I've just been like, any information or content I can get about comedy, I want it because I just find it so interesting.
And there's a lot now. Like there's
a ton of it.
It's really blown up, and it is saturated now, which makes me wonder. People do wonder if the bubble is going to burst, so to speak. And I wonder about that too. Sometimes I think it wouldn't hurt a little bit to do it, right? Like to keep the core, but there's even a lot of shows that like, they're not that well done, and then an audience will go see them, and then it just leaves a bad taste in their mouth about stand-up comedy, and you're like, was that really worth it? But who knows? Anyway, I didn't realize there was a thing you could do till I moved to Ottawa. We had a friend who grew up.
What year was that? Like when you were 30?
No. So like when it got planted in my head that it's a thing that you could do, I don't know. I was mid-20s maybe. But I was in Ottawa, and we had a friend who we grew up with in the Sioux who was bartending at Yuck Yucks. And we were going to go out one night.
In the Sioux?
Yuck Yucks here in Ottawa.
Oh, okay.
But he had grown up just down the road from us.
Oh, okay.
So we went to pick him up at Yuck Yucks to go out one night. And I happened to just catch like the last 10, 15 minutes of a headliner.
Yeah. Hilarious.
And I was like, what is this? This is unbelievable. I can't, like, how did I not know this was a thing?
Yeah.
And like I knew Yuck Yucks was the thing, but it's different. As soon as you step in that room, you're like, oh, this is like different.
Because in a comedy club, the environment is right. It's a captive audience. Yeah. Everybody's just listening.
Yeah, and it's like, in retrospect, it was probably his closing bits.
Yeah.
Of his act, so it was the best of the best. And but I was just like, from that moment, I was like,
cool.
Well, I'm gonna.
Do you remember who it was?
No, and I wish I could, but I never found him. He was doing a joke about pretending girls are interesting when they're talking about school. Like, and then I minored in English literature from 19. Oh man, tell me more.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the bit was exactly, but so funny. And then from that point on, I just kind of kept a little folder on my computer, like, ideas or nuggets of things I might want to try at some point down the road, right? Mm-hmm. And then I got a concussion, and I was like, well, what the hell? I got nothing else to do. Can't do anything else. I'm off work. I'm going to sign up for fucking new talent showcase.
How'd you get a concussion?
Job site. Pry bar fell off a shed, hit me in the head. I was like, dazed a little bit, but not full on concussed.
Yeah.
But it kind of set a foundation of concussion area activity. And then a couple weeks down the road, we were building a deck, and there was just a composite plank above my head. I was leaned down, and when I stood up, I just hit, and just instantly, boom, felt like I was on a boat, Oof. And because of the nature of that work, it's such heavy lifting and long days and whatever. You got to be really physically fit to do it. So the fact that I was concussed meant that I was off for a fair amount of time. I was off for like over a year.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't return to that.
Wow.
Like, that's how they do it, WSIB, right? Like, it's not like, oh, I'm good to work at any job. Let me get back into the workforce. Like, they wait until you're good to do the job
that you were doing.
Left, right? So, yeah, that's when I started. And who knows? God bless it. I mean, maybe that's why I got a concussion. Who knows? That's what I try to tell myself, because otherwise it was a pretty shitty period. But it was awesome in that, like, all I did was watch comedy specials. I was like, let me just learn. I'm going to treat this like school, just educate myself. Learn as much as I can from watching, write a set, go out and do it. And I did it. It was Yuck Yucks. And I remember the first night, I was the first one in the bar. And
your first time doing stand-up?
Yeah. And then one other guy comes in. So whatever, we start chatting a little bit. I was like, hey, you here to perform? Yeah, me too. Awesome. Right on, your first time? Yeah, first time. Oh, me too. Crazy. Good. And then we get into like, oh yeah, so like, he's like, oh, did you prepare a lot? Like, what do you got? I'm like, yeah, got my 6 minutes, whatever. Been working on it for a while. He's like, yeah, I got like 2, and then I think I'm just gonna like wing the rest.
Oh.
And as soon as he said that, man, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good.
And was it?
Well, he went up right before me in the order.
Yeah.
And he got 2 minutes in, and he did his 2 minutes.
He called it.
And then he just stared.
Oh no.
For like 10 seconds. And then he just left. He didn't even say
yeah, you're
bye.
Not winging it on
He
your
just walked off the
time.
stage.
Come on, man.
So luckily I had known and I was prepared to go up for his set to be cut short.
Right.
Yeah. So, and that was it. I was kind of just in a bit of a daze from the concussion anyway, but like all I remember is just like the light was just blinding. So it's like, it kind of took the fear away because you couldn't see anybody anyway. Yeah. It was just this black mask.
That's kind of a weird thing, eh? How like it's comforting in a way because you can't see people.
For sure.
But then also harder to connect with the audience because you can't see people?
Maybe. But what also makes it hard to connect with the audience is when you see them not laughing.
True.
Or not smiling.
True.
Because there's always those people.
Very true.
Regardless of how funny you are.
Especially when I'm on stage.
Wow. I wasn't going to say it, but yeah, that'll get in your head, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
For sure. What else?
She had some really good phrases. Like, remember she was like, oh, by the way, her ending was great because I think she's paving new ground. She's talking about stuff in a really unique way, really original. When she wraps it all up, she kind of gets back to the whole men versus women area.
Yeah, her closing joke is about that's why women want it, because she's talking about the difference between the male brain and the female brain. How women are just like, this is her talking, not me, just like stressed out thinking about all kinds of things. And then like the guy is like, man, have you ever seen a possum hustle?
Possum hustle. That phrase just stuck in my brain.
Yeah, they can really go. And like it is true. Because sometimes like my wife will overhear me talking to one of my friends or something, and she'll be like, she's always just like, it's unbelievable what idiots you guys are. Because we're talking about shit like that. And then, so anyways, her closing joke is about how that's why women want to get choked out.
Right.
So that we can lose oxygen to our brains and have a couple seconds of knowing what it's like to think like a man.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And so she's proven that she can chart a new course artistically. And she's ending on one of these subjects that's just been done forever. And it's just so...
Well, and it tied it all together. To me, the whole theme of the special, Take Me With You, was, I'm a train wreck, my life is a mess, And then she's like, the opening joke is the Take Me With You thing, even though it was cut in, whatever. I thought it was clever. Yeah. And then she closes on wanting to be choked out so she can have a couple seconds of being able to escape the torture of her own mind, basically. Yeah. And the set was messy and bloody vagina.
Pretty bloody vagina.
Thought it was a nice bloody vagina, one of those nice ones.
Elegant one.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, it like, I'd watch it again. That was my second time watching it.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I would watch it again.
Yeah.
She's just so entertaining. I would definitely see her live.
I'm always blown away by when someone can take a topic that's been done to death. Like cats and dogs, done to death. If you hit me with a new angle and it's funny, I'm like,
Yeah.
magic.
Sure.
How did you do that?
Yeah.
And that's what she did with men and women. And it was just such a good point. Not that like comedy should always have a point or whatever, but like her thesis, let's say, like, you know, women are significantly different than men in the way they think for A, B, and C. And yeah, all we want to do is get choked out. Like, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was really awesome.
I thought so too.
So well-rounded, so versatile. She can do the well-tread territory. She can push new ground. Great act-outs, great voices.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a beast.
She's a gem. One of the most entertaining specials I've seen in a while. Like I said, could watch her. Like if she was at a party, I would definitely want to hang out with her all night.
For sure.
Just listen to her talk about shit.
Yeah, dude.
Cool. Well, I'm glad you liked it.
I think we agree on this one for the first time.
Yeah.
Is it the first time?
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome. We found one.
Well, there you go. It speaks to her prowess.
All right. Well, I think that's it for episode 3.
Right on.
Jordan Jensen, take me with you.
We'll see you soon for the next one.
I gotta pee.